Hello everybody and welcome to another Baldur's Gate 3 discussion video. In this video I'm going to go over all the different types of armor and my favorite piece of armor from every different type. So we're going to go through the normal armors like the chest pieces, clothing, light, medium, heavy armor. We're going to go through shields, boots, gloves, all of that stuff. And if you like this video and want to see more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and check out any of the videos I got on my channel. Starting with light armor, my favorite light armor is the armor of moonbasking. Now the armor of moonbasking is really good, but only if you're a Circle of the Moon druid, and for that case it's like really good, but then it's not good if you're not a Circle of the Moon druid. So take this with a grain of salt. The armor of moonbasking has a starting AC of 11, and you get the following abilities with it. You get lunar bestial vitality, so when you wild shape you get 22 temporary hit points, and while those temporary hit points are active you reduce all incoming damage by 1, and you get lunar bestial fortitude, which means you have a +2 bonus to your AC, and you have advantage on saving throws, and that also comes into effect whenever you are wild shaped. So even though it's a base AC of 11, that +2 bumps it up to 13, and that +2 also is active during your wild shape. So that way it kind of works out that if it's a lower quote-unquote base AC for your armor, because if you're going to be mainly wild shape, you need that +2 to AC. So, you're not going to use that base AC as much. It's going to be that +2 to the AC that's going to affect you more. And since that one was a very niche one, I'll have my overall pick for light armor is the elegant studded leather. This one is nice because it has a 14 base AC, and you get advantage on stealth checks, and you get the ability to cast shield, which is very nice. Shield is a wonderful spell, and you also get +2 to your initiative rolls. So my answer for this one is elegant studded leather for if you're not a Circle of the Moon druid, but if you're a Circle of the Moon druid, you gotta go with the armor of the moonbasking. For medium armor, my overall favorite medium armor is the armor of agility. It has a base AC of 17, and you get +2 to your saving throws. And you have exotic material, which means that you get to add your full dexterity modifier to your AC instead of just the normal +2 you get from medium armor. Additionally, it also doesn't impose disadvantage on stealth checks, which if you're wanting to do stealth checks, that's helpful there. So the armor agility is really nice for if you have a dexterity that is really high, like for instance, if you're like a fighter or a ranger who is more dexterity based, that one would be really good for you. It wouldn't necessarily be as good if you're looking for a paladin or something like that, but if your dexterity is more than +2, this one is definitely beneficial for you. And heavy armor, there's a lot of really cool heavy armors, but my overall favorite is the Helldusk armor. It is the only legendary piece of armor out of the light, heavy, and medium armors, and it's just fantastic. The base AC is 21. You can cast Fly once per long rest. You are considered proficient with it while you're wearing it, so you don't even need to be proficient with heavy armor. You can be a warlock and have the Helldusk armor on, and it'll do you just good. You get Infernal Retribution, which means when you succeed on a saving throw, the caster receives burning for 3 turns. And you have Prime Aegis of Fire, so you have resistance to fire damage, and you can't be burned, which is very nice. And you take 3 less damage from all sources. It's just overall a very good one, especially, for everybody, because you are, proficient with it when you wear it. So no matter what class you are, this is a fantastic armor for you. For clothing, which means that it's just a normal 10 plus your dexterity modifier for AC, there was a couple of options here, but I chose the Moon Devotion Robe. The Moon Devotion Robe has a lot of things with it. You get advantage on Constitution saving throws. You get +1 to your saving throws. You get Lunar Bulwark, so you just get mage armor once per long rest that you can cast on yourself, and it just stays. So then that essentially makes the Moon Devotion Robe have a base AC of 13, and then plus your dexterity modifier. You also get Produce Flame, so if you don't already have that, that one's really nice too. You can just kind of have a fire, you can use it to deal damage or for light. And then you also get Selûne's Protection. So while the wearer has mage armor, which is that Lunar Bulwark gives you, Each successful saving throw causes the source of the saving throw to take 1d4 radiant damage. So, I mean, yeah, whenever you succeed a saving throw, they take damage because you saved. Going on to headwear, my favorite helmet is going to be the Helm of Baldurin. The Helm of Baldurin makes it to where attackers can't land critical hits on you, which is very critical. You get Baldurin's Vitality, which means that it heals you 2 HP at the beginning of every turn, which is so nice and important. You have Baldurin's Favor, so you get +1 to AC and saving throws. And you get immunity to stun, so you can't be stunned, which is very nice because I hate being stunned and then I can't do anything. So the Helm of Baldurin is very nice for anybody. It is considered medium armor, so watch out for that, but it is just a fantastic helmet to have if you're proficient with medium armor. Moving on to handwear, my favorite handwear are the quick spell gloves. Now the quick spell gloves is a very simple glove to have, very simple handwear to have, but it's something that is really cool to have. So you get quick spell flinger, which means that cantrips that cost an action can cost a bonus action instead. And you can use it once per short rest, and it's something small, but so nice, because if I want to attack something again, you know, if I'm a caster and I want to cast something again, attack somebody again, then I can just make it a bonus action, and then, you know, if I'm a sorcerer, it saves me from using Quicken to spell meta magic, and if I'm any other spellcasting class, I get the ability to cast that as a bonus action. So it's just something that's really small, but really nice. Moving on to footwear, my favorite footwear are the Disintegrating Nightwalkers. The Disintegrating Nightwalkers are just really cool to have. It allows you to cast Misty Step once per short rest, and I love the Misty Step spell. So getting a piece of equipment that allows me to cast Misty Step is just amazing. And you also get Nightwalker, which means that you cannot be enwebbed, entangled, or ensnared, and you cannot slip on grease or ice. So anything that you pretty much walk on, you are immune to, which is very nice. It makes it to where you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff, and you can just walk wherever you want to. Moving on to cloaks, and again, cloaks are just something simple that adds just a little bit extra thing, and it could be very helpful. My favorite cloak is the Deathstalker Mantle. So for the Deathstalker Mantle, you get the shadow itself, which basically means once per turn, when you kill an enemy, you can just become invisible for 2 turns. You just automatically become invisible. It is so nice for if you're a rogue, or if you are, you know, a class that has 2 attacks, because then if you kill somebody on that first attack, then you become invisible, and then you can get advantage on your next attack. So it's just really cool to be able to get that free invisibility, and you can do kind of whatever you want with that. Moving on to amulets. The amulets, again, just something small to buff you up a little bit. My favorite amulet is the Unflinching Protector Amulet. This one is really cool because it gives you unflinching protection, which means that when a nearby ally is targeted by an attack of any kind, you can use your reaction to make that attack just miss. You can use that once per short rest. It's not even once per long rest, it's once per short rest. And it's so nice if you're in the late game and there's this really devastating attack about to happen to an ally, you can just like make it miss. It's not like a chance of it missing, it's just it misses. Moving on to rings, my favorite ring is the Ring of Regeneration. The Ring of Regeneration is really cool. It's just something that's super passive and a nice addition. You get combat regeneration. So at the beginning of your turn, the ring activates and heals you 1d4 HP. So it's just very nice to have a passive, steady flow of healing, and that way you can stay in the fight a little longer. Moving on to shield, my favorite shield is Viconia's Walking Fortress. Now, most of the time, shields only give you a +2 to your AC, but Viconia's Walking Fortress gives you +3 to your AC. It gives you Bulwark Rebuke, which means that when a foe hits you with a melee attack, you can deal 2d4 force damage and possibly knock it prone, instead of the normal shield blow where you can just knock it prone. You deal damage as well. You get Reflective Shell as a bonus action, which means that you can have a reflective shell around you that reflects projectiles aimed at you back to their point of origin. And you can do that once per short rest, so it's just really nice if you want to protect yourself and, you know, deal some damage to whoever's attacking you. You also get Warding Bond, which is just very nice to have in case you wanted, you know, if you were a paladin with like Viconia's Walking Fortress and you have like, I don't know, a sorcerer or a wizard or something like that on your team, then you can just do Warding Bond and protect them, you know? Then you also get Spell Guard, which means you gain advantage on saving throws against spells, and spell attack rolls against you have disadvantage. So it's just, it does more than just block physical attacks, it also helps you block spell attacks. So that is every single category of armor and gear that I have gone over. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite gear is of every type. You know, there was a couple that I was back and forth with, but I had to make a decision. And again, if there's any questions you guys have whatsoever, just feel free to put those in the comments below and I'll answer them. But that will be it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.